Hey guys, I'm going to do a really quick update video here. I figured might as well do one since I don't really feel like recording much today, so let's get right to it. I want to talk about today isn't so much something, that I'm planning to do for a channel or anything like that. It's going to be kind of a slightly different update video, which means it's probably going to be another freaking 20-minute long one about nothing, but whatever. Basically, a couple weeks ago at this point, someone had asked me a question not so much related to the channel, but related to specific video types, like the Christmas specials and stuff I was doing. And they want to know why Bard even doing stuff like that when no one watches them. And, I could answer that, but, I just feel, it's kind of right to do something for Christmas and not just pretend it doesn't exist, which is the reason why I do them. Even if no one watches them, I don't really care. But that kind of brings me on to the main thing I want to talk about, which is, why I even bother doing videos when, like this guy says, no one really watches them. And now, I guess the best way to probably answer this would probably be to be completely honest with why I even started YouTube in the first place. Like, doing the video game recording that, and to explain that, I'd have to go way back through, like, a bunch of shit that no one really cares to hear about, but I will talk about it anyway. Because I'm sure some of you guys would like to know the origin story of why I started to do this stupid shit. So basically, you have to go back to my first year of university. It's university, a bunch of new people. Don't really have any of my old friends there or anything. And, I didn't really do much online at that time. Like, I still don't use Facebook or Twitter or anything like that. But at the time, I definitely did like a lot less than I do now for like social interaction online stuff. So I basically started watching random YouTube videos and stuff. Found out actually about people who are doing abridged series of various different things. Most popularly Dragon Ball Z and Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. So I got really into that stuff. I was like pretty much following them along. I don't even have a Twitter account, but I was still like checking their Twitters and shit because, I just found this shit interesting. And then they started doing Let's Plays on their own website. And I believe they started with Left 4 Dead 2 Let's Plays. I'm pretty sure it was Left 4 Dead 2. And I was like, you know what, this is pretty cool. It's like, I actually kind of like to play this game, but for one, I don't really have anyone to play it with, and it looks like the kind of game that would really only be worth playing if you had some friends to do it with. And because I didn't really know anyone at the time, I was like, oh, I'm probably just not going to get that game, I'll just watch these guys play through it. So, that was pretty much the first Let's Play I ever watched right there, was TeamFourStar's Left 4 Dead 2 stuff that they did way, way back in 2011. I know that's way back. It's like 2 years ago. Matter of fact, exactly 2 years ago to be exact, when they started that stuff. And it was pretty cool. But that's around the same time, like shortly after I started watching that, well, I've been hearing stuff about Minecraft for a couple of months before, I just never really checked it out. And one day in my YouTube sub box, I just seen a random Minecraft video by, who would have guessed, SSoH PKC. And for those of you who don't know Seamus, he's a really, really cool guy who just does YouTube videos much in the same style I did. And, I checked out this Minecraft thing, and I was like, holy crap, this game is actually pretty cool. And I think literally within a week, I'd bought Minecraft. I was like, you know what, I can't wait, I'm getting this damn game now. I don't care if it's in beta, I'm getting it. And so I bought it, and like, literally my first time playing Minecraft, I played it for over 12 hours straight. Like, I'm pretty sure I played it from, like, I think 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. or something stupid like that. I played, like, a marathon session of Minecraft. It was, like, I think way back in beta 1.3 or something like that when I started playing it. And, that's around the same time I subscribed to SSoH and all that. And back then he only had, I think, 48 or 49k subs. He's got over 700k now, and it's been 2 years. It's ridiculous, but yeah. So that's basically how I basically started getting to watching Let's Plays. And, through SSoH, that's how I found a lot of other YouTubers who do stuff. Chimney Swift is one of the newer ones I started subscribing to. I say newer, but then again, I subscribed to him over a year ago, so it's not really that new. But yeah, you get the point. That's how I found a lot of people. In particular, I found out he had this one guy, or a friend of his, called LazyCanuckk, who also Canadian like me. And you know what? I was watching him do stuff. He wasn't really doing stuff on his channel, but he started playing through Final Fantasy. And you know what? People were watching it. I was like, okay, well, I know that the only reason he's even getting views is because he's a friend of Seamus and that, but still, I really like this guy's Final Fantasies thing. And then there's like, you know what? This guy who was too lazy to buy recording equipment until he was basically peer pressured into it by Seamus, just started recording stuff. And, you know, he's not the greatest ever, but he does a pretty good job for someone who's just starting out. And that's kind of what kind of motivated me into being like, you know what? Maybe I should try doing this. And so, in June of 2011, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, definitely 2011. I think June 6th or 7th. I forget exactly when. I'm pretty sure it was a Tuesday. But yeah, that's when I started recording stuff. And I did that really terrible session of Zelda and just record it and upload it because I was just trying out recording software and stuff. I had like the trial version of Fraps, not even the full version. It was just plain terrible. But yeah, you get the point. Those things were, you know, my first videos, and I will admit they are terrible, but you know what? I had fun doing them. I was like, you know what? I could do this. I mean, it doesn't take that much of my time. It's like, you know, I record for an hour or so, then I have to render it for an hour or so, and then I just upload it, and it's up. And that's all there is to it. So I was like, you know what? I could probably do this. I just need to get better at the commentary thing, which, from everything I'd heard from them, or specifically from Seamus, because he did a lot of update videos talking about commentary and stuff. Commentary just comes with time, so I was like, you know what? It sucks now, but in the future, I'm pretty sure it would get better. And while the numbers of people viewing my videos aren't exactly getting better, my commentary certainly is, I will say that much. I mean, if you go back to my early commentaries, they were complete fucking shit. And that's mostly because of the recording environment and stuff like that. But if you look, like, now, like, compared to what it was back then, you can definitely tell there's been some improvement. There's been a lot more, you know, fine-tuning going into it and stuff like that. Like, once I started to figure out the audio level stuff, it gets better, but then there's, like, the entire year where I had that different microphone that completely kind of screwed me over. Because that microphone was a piece of shit. But, you know what? Those days are behind us at this point. But that's basically how I got into the entire YouTube thing. And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, I don't really think I'm ever going to stop this anytime soon. Simply because, you know, it's kind of like something, you know, when you've done something for so long, it just kind of becomes a habit to do it. And I've been doing this for almost 2 years at this point, so kind of a force of habit for me at this point to just be like, you know what, I feel like recording stuff today, I'm going to record stuff if I have the chance to. So yeah, that's kind of what I do. Now, that's just the way I think of it. It's like, some people seem to think I'm putting hours and hours of work in every video. Not quite true. I mean, sure, it takes like an hour to record it, but that's no big deal. Because I'm going to play the game anyway, where I record it or not. I just rather record it because, you know, then you guys actually get to see what I'm doing. What actually takes the work is the entire rendering and editing process, because that's kind of annoying to do. And depending on how much editing I put into it, which I've been putting a lot more editing into it as of recently, as I bump my table back there. So, yeah, if you notice the screen shaking, it's because I'm bumping my table, because I changed my setup a little bit again. I have like a freaking fold-out table now for my laptop, because I was getting tired of sitting on my bed. But yeah. So basically at this point, it's kind of a habit for me to just, you know, record stuff. And it's not that big of a hassle. It's like an hour to record it, an hour to render it. So that depends how long I record for, but like for Borderlands stuff, maybe 2 hours to render for every hour of footage, something like that. But not that bad still. I mean, how many hours do you have in a week to do stuff? And, you know, take away about 8 hours a day for sleeping. And usually around 3 to 4.5, 6 hours for school stuff and eating and all that. Yeah, 6 hours for school and eating. And how many hours a day are left? There's still quite a few. So, if anything, it's just mostly into my free time and study time. Which I don't study that much anyway, probably not as much as I should, but whatever. In all honesty, if I wouldn't be studying anyway, I'd just be playing games anyway, I just wouldn't be recording them, so the only thing it's really affecting is my free time. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's not a major issue for me to, you know, just record something one day. Then, you know, maybe edit it on a different day or something. It's not a huge issue for me. At least for me, anyway. Some people, you know, they have work and jobs and stuff and completely different schedules than I do, but Like I said, I could only really record safely when there's really no one else around. Because then I can kind of control stuff. I don't have to worry about, being too loud or anything. I can just kind of do whatever I want, which is exactly what I like. And if I couldn't do that, I wouldn't even bother trying to record. So yeah, basically, you get the point. I'm not really like I don't really have a real answer to why I still record stuff because it's just kind of a habit. I just do it. I know not a lot of people are watching it. I know. Out best out of like the 140 subscribers I have, 141 or so, that maybe only 3 or 4 people at the most are actually actively watching at least one series on my channel. And it's not a lot. But you know what? As long as there's still people watching, it's better than my early days. My early days had 0 people watching for the longest time. And then I finally got my first sub, which I actually did a few videos with him way back in the day. Haven't heard much from him recently, but if he's still out there and he wants to do stuff with me, he is more than happy to, anytime he wants to, send me a message on Steam and work something out. Probably not Minecraft, because I don't have a server for that. All my Minecraft stuff that I do, I'd have to get Peanut to set me up a server, because he handles all that stuff. Because I suck at forwarding ports and all that shit, so I'd rather not figure out all the technical stuff for creating your own server and that, and nor do I have a good enough connection to even try running a server. Because my connection is pretty shit-tastic. Actually, right over there is the phone line connected to my router. I have fucking, phone line internet. The most amazing of the terrible forms of internet. By most amazing, I mean most amazingly terrible of the terrible forms of internet. It's pretty much the worst form of internet you can get. Thank you, Bell. Piece of shit. Fucking hate Bell. Who thought a satellite dish was a good idea? Let's make something that you can't watch when there's a storm. If there's a storm, you sure as hell aren't going to go outside and enjoy the weather. You're going to sit inside and try to watch TV, but if the TV goes out, then what the hell are you going to do? You got to fucking light a candle and live in the dark ages. You might as well. That company. They're silly. Fucking Bell. I think the only reason they even still have satellite TV is because they borrowed to launch the satellites up there. So you know what, we might as well fucking use them, because otherwise we'd look like fucking morons. So that's the only reason that still exists, in all honesty. Cable is so much better. Granted, you could get the same problem with cable, but it's usually not as bad, because it's generally, one bigger dish that has a better signal quality than the little tiny ones throw on your roof that go out whenever a windstorm happens. It doesn't even have to be a fucking rainstorm. The wind's strong enough, it'll just knock the dish off kilter like a quarter of an inch, and then you're fucked for 30 minutes while it tries to find the signal again. Then you better hope the wind stops for that 30 minutes. Now I'm ranting about something completely different. This is what happens when I mention my internet. So as you can see, my internet is great. Oh boy. Actually, my internet was so great, and I did mention this, I posted a bulletin up anyway. But basically, Friday, I had no internet from the second I woke up to, an hour before I went to bed. It was stupid. Literally, I had no internet from around 12 p.m. when I woke up on Friday to, 2 a.m. Saturday morning. And the only reason I noticed the internet was back up was because I was playing Borderlands 2 at the time, and I moved my freaking, modem to right next to my freaking PC because it's phone line internet. I have a phone jack in my room. I just fucking plugged it in there. Why not? So yeah, I moved it there just to see when the internet came back on, and sometime around 2 a.m. is when the internet light turned from red to green. So that was a good 14 hours without internet at least. It could have been off for even longer because I only woke up at 12 p.m. It was out the second I woke up, so it could have been out from 8 a.m. for all I know, but that was 14 hours without internet. Granted, it gave me a lot of time to catch up on Borderlands 2 stuff. I mean, I've pretty much almost beaten the game at this point. Basically, I just need to go through the freaking cauldron. And, Heroes Road and all that shit, and fight Jack. Etc., etc. You get the point. So yeah, I'm having fun with Borderlands 2 right now. As for Borderlands 1, I am 50% through that game. I'm uploading videos of that as we speak right now, or as I speak. You're not speaking. Maybe you're speaking over me, but I can't hear you, so as far as I'm concerned, you're not speaking. But yeah, you get the point. But now, as I said before I got completely sidetracked, is I was going to be honest with you guys about why I completely started that, and I kind of went into kind of why. But the main, like, that's only like one of the reasons I started this. Like, kind of one of the other reasons I started this is a completely silly reason that will probably never happen, but in all honesty, I watched like a lot of Seamus's videos and stuff like that, and you know what? The more I watched him, the more I realized, you know, this guy has kind of a really similar kind of, you know, outlook on stuff that I do. So, my kind of secondary goal that I know will probably never happen was to eventually, you know, at least do something with him in a video form. And I know there's probably about like 2,000, 4,000 other people, 700,000 even other people that want to do this. But in all honesty, so I don't really expect this to ever happen, but in all honesty, that's kind of the secondary reason why I started this, is I want to, you know, even if I don't even record something with him, I just, you know, kind of want to meet the guy or something. Because, you know, he seems like a pretty cool guy. If not him, then LazyCanuckk, because LazyCanuck's also pretty awesome. In all honesty, between him and LazyCanuckk, it's hard to tell whose videos I watch first. Like right now, Seamus is playing through Dark Souls, and that game is just fucking amazing. I actually bought it off Steam while it was on sale. So I'm probably going to play through that on my own time. Probably not going to record it, but I will play through it on my own time, because it's like a fucking 20-hour long game. But yeah, like between Seamus and LazyCanuckk, I can't honestly say who I prefer, because in all honesty, I think I kind of look forward to LazyCanuck's videos just a little bit more, because they're fewer and far between. And he just uploads 4 at a time. They'll just like upload 4 a day, just randomly, and they'll just have like an hour of his videos to watch, and they'll all be pretty damn good. Like he does like all the Final Fantasy stuff. It's just classic games like that, you know, I'd like to just watch an hour of that stuff. No question. Especially because he knows what he's doing with this stuff for the most part, so. Yeah. Hard to tell, but I'm one of those guys, that's kind of my secondary goal. I want to eventually, you know, meet them, do something with them, maybe. I know it'll probably never happen, but that's kind of the second reason why I entirely started this YouTube thing. And now, I know some people are probably just like, well, why don't you just like ask them in the comments or whatever? It's like, you honestly think that they don't get like 500 requests a day from people wanting to do stuff with them? They're not going to read my comments, and even if they do see it, they're not going to fucking take me up on it. Which is why I decided, you know what, if I'm ever going to have a chance at ever getting to know him, I have to establish myself as a commentator first. Which is why I started the entire channel. Basically, the second reason why. So, like, I've been doing this for a year and a half. I don't have much of a fan base. I haven't really established much of a fan base at all for myself. If I can even call it a fan base. I'm sure if I stopped doing videos, there'd be like maybe 3 people who legitimately were sad about it. And then they'd get over it in about like 3 days. Probably. That's at least the way I feel. I feel like, I could be completely wrong, but I feel like people who do watch our videos, like at least, you know, on a somewhat regular basis, like the 3 or 4 of you that do, if I just stop making videos and be like, oh well, that sucks, and just move on after a couple days, it'd be like no big deal. But yeah, I don't really have a fan base. That's kind of my big problem. And I guess part of it's because I'm doing like a lot of the games that a lot of other people have done before, and my huge issue is, unlike Seamus and people like that, I generally haven't really bought games that come out on the release date. And not only that, but I tend not to buy games that I've never heard of before, or games that are just fresh out and new, that don't have like a lot of stuff said about them yet. In general, I don't really buy too many games, because, in all honesty, what ended up happening, because I got a lot of games as a kid, like between me and my brother, we have a lot of games, and what ended up happening is I got the mentality where I just like sit down and play nothing but one game until I beat it, and then move on to the next one. But we were getting like so many games at a time that, you know, it's not really working. I've actually got like 20 different PlayStation games, PlayStation 3 games, mind you, that I've never even fucking played for like once. It's stupid. Like the amount of games I have never played. Then they add trophies, so it makes me feel like I have to complete every fucking trophy too. It's just dumb. part of the reason why I spent like 120 something hours in Final Fantasy 13 just to get trophies and stuff. I was still missing one I will probably never get because that's around the same time my PS3 died. But that's a different story for a different day. I'm getting off topic again. But yeah, basically that's why I started a channel. One, because, you know, I was like, you know what, I can kind of do this. And two, because I kind of secretly wanted to, you know, do something with either LazyCanuckk or Seamus at some point. And it doesn't look like it's ever going to happen at this rate. But you know what, I'm going to keep my hopes up. If it does happen, cool. If it doesn't, well, that sucks. But you know what, I'm still doing videos either way, where I do them with them or not. Doesn't matter. It's a secondary goal. Be nice to do it. Like, I'm not gonna fanboy over them if I ever get into a Skype call with them or anything, but you know what? Seamus has got a similar style to me, and you know, I kind of like LazyCanuck's entire thing he's got going. So yeah, being able to do anything with both of those guys would be kind of amazing. Just saying. But yeah, I think I've rambled on long enough. I'm sure you guys have probably enjoyed this 20-something minute long video at this point. 21 minutes, so yeah, wow. I'm going to end this off right here because this is getting kind of ridiculous at this point, I would say. Also just noticed, I think my picture is actually flipped. Yes, it is flipped. What the hell? Oh, well, we'll have to correct that in editing. But yeah, either way, that'll do it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this little update video of sorts. Figured I'd come out and, you know, say, you know, why I even bother doing this stuff. Kind of. As you may have noticed in that one update video, that got like 3,000 views for no reason. Like, absolutely no reason at all. Just got 3,000 views. I think someone posted it on 4chan and like 9gag or something, and then from there I just got like, for an entire day I got like fucking like 50 million comments and stuff. Not 50 million, maybe not even 50. Maybe 20. 20 to 30. But yeah, you get the point. That's basically where like 3,000 of my views came from at that point. Is that one random video. And for some reason, someone linked my YouTube page. Which, I'm not mad at them at all for that. That's kind of awesome, but still. At the same time, it got me 100 subs that aren't actually watching my videos. Which, sure, I have 100 subs, but it's kind of 100 subs that don't really count because you're not actually watching my videos. So, yeah. Well, whatever, maybe they'll watch this update video. Who knows? Either way, hope you guys enjoyed this update video of sorts. And I will see you guys next time I bother to record something. Probably. Granted, I have a lot of stuff recorded anyway, which you will be seeing going up. Mostly Borderlands and Skyrim. So I will see you guys later.